Hey, it's Shane Kilby with BrickDriven Realty. Today, I'm going to answer the question, when is the best time to enter the real estate market? If you're considering buying or selling, you're always asking yourself, when is the right time? So, a lot of buyers and sellers enter the market for different reasons at different times. Some may be financial reasons. Maybe it's, maybe they want to cash out equity, or maybe it's the right time because they've got a major life situation, or maybe major life event. Maybe it's an opportunity to cash out and pay off some debt. Maybe the timing is aligned for their next purchase. Do they have their eyes set on another property, and it's the right time to go ahead and put that home on the market that they have, so they can exercise a good opportunity to make that next step to the next property. But the truth is, rather, every situation is different. Every situation is different. That being said, however, if you have the choice of when to enter the market that doesn't revolve around a major life change or a financial purpose or financial reason, there are a few things to consider, and I'm going to share those with you right now. Okay, so let's talk about each market being a little different. So every market's a little different. For example, a vacation market would be much different than your typical metro market. So when it comes time to make a purchase or sale or purchase into a vacation market, maybe the time is not the best time during peak season. Same goes if you're a seller in that vacation market. Maybe the best time to sell in that vacation market would be during that peak vacation season when there's a lot of activity. Like locally here in North Alabama, I would go out to say that historically, the best time to put your property on the market would be early spring, maybe even late winter, January, February. And most would say, well, why winter? Why January? Why February? Well, honestly, between you and I, it's less competition. There's old saying around our office that as soon as you see all of the greenery, all the shrubs, everyone loaded up at Home Depot and Lowe's, buying all the mulch and the fertilizer and everything to redo the flower beds, that you're probably getting to be a little late to the party. And the reason I say that is because a lot of these folks are dressing up the landscaping, getting ready to put that property on the market for peak dollar. And so the earlier you get a start on that in the winter, the less competition you have, and also so that means the less properties that buyers are going to have to shop and compare notes. As a buyer, you may have less property in the winter to look at and compare notes, but that also means that you may have a little bit of softer pricing in the late winter prior to spring. As spring quickly comes, so do all of the buyers, right? So yes, more sellers come to the market, but also more buyers as well. So each market's a little bit different. All right, so let's talk about interest rates and how they fluctuate. Interest rates change daily. They fluctuate seasonally. They contract and expand based upon the volatility of the market. And so timing that buy or sell, I would suggest to try to time that as much as you possibly could with a rate that fits your next move. And when I say next move, it's like, are you upsizing, downsizing? What does that next move incorporate? Does it incorporate a certain payment you're targeting for each month? What does that look like? Don't get too wrapped up around the rates, because if rates are going up, so might the appreciation value of that property. As we've seen over the past several years, we've had a lot of appreciation in our properties. So if you can time that interest rate just right, you will catch that property before that appreciation value continues to push it up. You may say, well, I need to wait and see if the rates go down. Well, over the last several years, they have been showing signs to creep up. And if they creep up and the property creeps up in value, then you kind of have a double whammy. Now I say double whammy, but still, the house is worth what the house is worth. And typically, most buyers never keep that interest in that mortgage for a full 30-year term anyway. Your property's going to appreciate. You may sell again, you may cash out, you may refi. Don't get so wrapped up that you miss that great opportunity. All right, let's talk about seasons change, right? So seasons do change, and in our business, we have seasonality, right? Just like any other business. As the seasons change, so does the real estate, the real estate forecast. And so going into spring, you got a lot of pinned up buyers, a lot of pinned up sellers, and we call peak season from now, which currently this is March 2022. So peak season will hit us. We've been in peak season for the last few years, but peak season in a 4-season year would be between now and probably the end of July. In our market, North Alabama, we're typically see the apex of that in typical normal seasons to be May, June of each year. Moms want to get kids relocated, get them reacclimated to a new school, get them ready to go, make new friends, build that local network where they're going to be in that new community. So let's talk about the last main point, the last key point that I wanted to share with you guys. Money isn't everything, okay? And so while I'm making that statement, money isn't everything. So what I mean by that is, you may make a shift to a milder lifestyle in a more remote community, and that property may save you tremendously. You may get more of a house for that dollar than what you would, quote unquote, if you were moving into an area, is the old cliche called, says the Joneses, right? So, so you may want to live where the Joneses, you may want to move where the Joneses live, right? But when it comes to the money aspect, sometimes you may trade off a little convenience and a little of that retail price tag to get more of a home that you're looking for, and save yourself considerably by moving to the outskirts of town, right? Then on the other side of that coin, you may go, well, I could save a ton on the home that I'm purchasing, but we don't really need that big of a home anymore. We don't need all the amenities of that home that we could get for the same amount of money. So maybe we'll move closer to town. Maybe we will live in the Joneses or the popular subdivisions, the popular communities. Many different reasons why. Maybe the commute's shorter to work. Maybe the commute is shorter to school if you have kids in school. Shopping, churches, stuff of that matter. If all of these things are something critically important to you, maybe it is worth it to stay a little closer in proximity to these things. If you have any questions about what we've discussed today about when the right time is to enter the market to buy or sell that next piece of property, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or anyone in our company. We would love to help you accomplish the goals of buying or selling real estate. This is Shane Kilby with BrickDriven Realty. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more details. Thanks. Bye-bye.